Hello everybody, Redgamemaster here, and today we're going to be playing a new game by Wendian Studios called RimWorld. Now, as some of you guys that have seen some of my older videos will know, I rather enjoy Prison Architect. But before that, and I actually haven't uploaded any videos of it because I don't think anyone would really want to watch it. It's a bit old and everything. I used to play Dwarf Fortress, and that's something I really loved. And this, from what I've seen and from what I've learned in the tutorial, is basically Dwarf Fortress in space. So, as I said, I've already done the tutorial. That way I have kind of a basic idea. Now, a few things about this. This game is more meant to do a kind of a story for you. There are AI storytellers, basically, that control how the random events go and in what order. First, we need to start off with this. So, choose a scenario. Crash-landed. 3 crash-landed survivors, the classic RimWorld experience. The rich explorer. 1 rich explorer out to experience the universe, or a lost tribe. 5 lost tribesmen attempt to rebuild. Let's go with the crash-landed. The 3 of you awake in your crypto-sleep sarcophagi to the sound of sirens and ripping metal. You barely get to the escape pods before the ship is torn apart. Sometime later, you land on this unknown world. Your faction will be new arrivals. Start with 3 people, and start with all of this stuff. So some basic starting materials. Map is scattered with ship chunks, steel, and packaged survival meals. And as you can see, there's a lot of stuff, so you can do custom scenarios, and there's Steam Workshop scenarios. This is the thing I was telling you about for the AI people. So we have 3 AI storytellers. Storyteller creates events like pirate raids, resource drops, or animal attacks. Their choices will affect the story of your colony. You can change these settings at any time. So we have Cassandra Classic. She creates story events on a steadily increasing curve of challenge and tension. Then we have Phoebe Chillax. Phoebe give lots of time between disasters to relax and build your colony. But beware, at high difficulties, she'll hit as hard as anyone. And then we have Randy Random. Randy doesn't follow rules. He'll generate random events, and he doesn't care if they make a story of triumph or utter hopelessness. It's all drama to him. Okay, so I don't think we're going to go with him to start off with. Let's go with Cassandra just to keep things normal, and for players on their first time or casual players who want a challenge. Alright, let's go with some challenge, because like I said, I've done the tutorial, and we're not going to turn on permanent death. What does that actually mean in this case? Okay, I'm not going to do that, but I'm probably not going to, because basically it means that if something really, really terrible happens, I have no way to recover. I don't want, since I'm brand new, that'll probably happen quite a lot, so I don't want the thing to end right away. So let's go with that. And you can actually put in a seed. So with this, you guys will actually be able to create a nearly identical world. So let's just go with RGM. Red. Let's play. Oh, I put a space in there. I didn't mean to. So that's all one word with capital R, capital L, and capital R. Gonna randomize seed. Now, as it says right here, the planet is always the same diameter, but since it's far larger than needed for play, we don't generate the whole surface because it can take a very long time. This is the percentage of the surface that you want generated. I'm going to go with 50% because 30% seemed a little small when I went with the tutorial. And we'll leave everything normal. So I'll be back in a second once it finishes generating. Alright, so this is our world. And as you can see, there's a clear shutoff right there. Now, when I first tried playing the tutorial, I thought that, you had to select these things. So, that's a township, cutter organization, so that's a bad person. You don't want to be near them. That's a fairly good person. These are like the tribes, and then these are like the full-on homesteads. But that's not what you do. You actually select a thing like that. When zoomed out like this, it's just a single pixel. And down here on the left, you can see that there's a few things. This is arid shrubland, and then terrain, flat, current movement time. We're going to go for someplace that's a little bit easier. So let's go with a temperate forest. And I want to be near a large body of water to see what that does. Well, let's just go with temperate forest. Let's try and find someplace that isn't completely surrounded by a whole bunch of dangerous people. I guess right there. So then we just hit next. Oh, okay, yeah, terrain is impassable, so I have to find... There we go. And now here we get our colonists. Now, as you guys can see here, there's health stuff. Like, she has a smoke leaf dependence, and it's a whole body thing. Her right foot has a stab scar, which means that she has a higher chance of pain, and she comes with less health on her right foot individually. There's relationships, which we will get into later, and then there are these like social, construction, growing, mining, artistic, and all that stuff. So up here it says she's a merchant, and the little flame means that it's something she's passionate about. So if she does it, she'll learn 100 times faster, if I'm reading that right, and she'll actually be happy about it because it's something that she's passionate about. And each one has their own story from both for childhood and adulthood. Just looking at Ryoko here. After running away from home, Onsan had to live on the streets. She grew up fast and learned early that she had to figure out how to fool people into connecting with her. So that was her childhood. Her adulthood, she was a space merchant. As part of a freelance interplanetary lifestyle, Onsan sought to dominate her romantic interests as much as her business adversaries. When she didn't have her own ship to fly, she worked charter ships for hire. And then, like, here we have a housewife. She was a pyromaniac as a kid. As an adult, he. Okay, I don't know why I thought. Oh, housemate. I saw housewife. Dan kept house, and cared for children while his spouse worked. So that gives him those advantages. But because it was a pyromaniac, he has problems with being social and cooking. But he's artistic, and also because he's a pyromaniac, he won't fight fires because he likes them. As you can see, there's actually some relationship here. So he's the lover of our third person here, the botanist, who's an apocalypse survivor and a biosphere manager. And she's really passionate about construction, even though she's not very good at it. That means she'll gain even more stuff. And see here, it says that she's in a relationship, and it's plus 35, so it's lover. She's incapable of dumb labor, crafting, or cooking. So she can't craft, she can't cook, and she doesn't want to do. She's psychically sensitive. Carol's mind is unusually sensitive to psychic phenomenon. Is too smart for her own good. She learns everything much faster than everyone, but can be quite eccentric. But she's slothful. So these are all aspects of the people. See, and this probably comes from her time as a street urchin living on the street. Her smoke leaf dependency. So as you can see, we can randomize, or we can go for more information, and there is just a huge amount of stuff. In fact, I've probably taken up way too much time going over all this, but I wanted to make sure that everyone understood. So now it's just going to generate that little area that we chose into a much larger area for us to work in, and I will be back once we are planet side. There we go. The three of you awaken in your crypto sleep sarcophagi to the sound of, yeah, it's everything we went over. Sometime later, you land on this unknown world. As pieces of the shredded starship fall around you, you start making plans to survive. So here come our people, and there's like a turkey here. Let's just take a second to look around. Okay, oh, we got a monkey? Okay, so we got like a monkey, and as you guys can see here, if we zoom in, there's other stuff, scrap, there's like some silver, some scrap, and there's a few guns in there. And if we look around, you'll see that there's like a mountain here. There's it's rough slate there. There's alpacas. Let me see, what else we got? There's slightly used building part, old buildings and pieces of them and stuff. There's like water, and I'm actually rather amazed. And as you guys can probably see, the reason why I brought up Prison Architect is because the art style has kind of a similar feel to it. So why don't we start up here, and we're going to go down here to left to Architect, Zone and Area, and we're going to make a stockpile zone. So that will be where everyone can put the stockpile stuff. Let me see. I know that I can go here and unforbidden item, but I know that there's another way for me to do it. Oh, yeah, that's it. If I double click it, it'll select everything that matches that same icon on there. So see, that's all 30 of the things of packaged meat, even though there's only 3 of them. So I'm just going to go through and unforbid all of this. There we go. Okay, and now they should start moving our stuff up here. Need colonist beds, hunter lacks a ranged weapon. So they're going to do that. We are going to go to structure. Here we go. And we're going to build a wall. Let's build it right against this. And then we're also going to put a door in. And as you guys saw, we need wood. So we need zone and area, and then... Wait. Sorry, I'm trying to remember exactly... Oh, orders. Here we go. So chop wood. We can just click and drag, and it'll mark all that stuff to be chopped. Ah, so that one's not sufficiently grown. Yeah, see, it's only 85%. So all that stuff was stockpiled here. Let's take a look at our people, because it said that our hunter doesn't have... Let me see. Is there anyone that's particularly good with shooting? Not him. She's a 1. She's a 5. So now we're going to come down here to our rifle, since she has a high one, and give it, and tell her to equip the rifle. So it was a right click and then a left click. And here she has some shooting, and we know the other guy doesn't have any. So we're going to give her the pistol. He has a high melee, so we're going to give him the plasteel knife. Okay, and I am going to speed things up a little bit, since apparently only one ooh, I think she's... Did she get sick or something? Maybe. Okay, yeah, see, they're building now. So what happens is they bring the stuff in, they bring the stuff to the spot, and then they start building it. And if we go here and go to social, we can see that our monkey is actually his monkey. There's all kinds of stuff like that, all kinds of stuff that we can see. All right, let's just speed things up a little bit to get this built, shall we? They'll also do the same thing for the door. Oh, actually, while they're doing that, let's go into Architect, Furniture, and we use E&Q to rotate. We'll put down one normal bed and one double bed, because we know that we have, that's them putting in the roof, which apparently they're using metal sheeting for. So the double bed is because we have two people that are lovers. I'm not sure if it really matters, but it should help, and I believe that should be the bed that they do. So, well, everyone, that's it for today. As always, leave a like and please subscribe if you'd like to see more. And of course, leave a comment with any suggestions you have or something that might help me in the future. So, once again, I wish you all have a wonderful day.